Okay, so this is myself. I'm a former United Nations global expert in AI, and I'm actually Italian. And today we're gonna talk about the future of AI. This is a very exciting time. I would say that this is the most important moment for AI ever. And when I talk about these things, I always say that we are experiencing the biggest revolution in all times after the Industrial Revolution, which is the AI revolution. And we're going to see why. First of all, when we talk about AI, we have to distinguish what we are talking about. First of all, we have artificial general intelligence, AGI, which is the ability of an intelligent agent to understand or learn any task that human beings or animals can do. And we have to distinguish also between strong AI, where computer programs experience sentience or consciousness, and weak AI, where we are in a situation where we don't have general cognitive abilities and is designed to solve exactly one problem. So the Turing test is what the first step when we talk about AI is the test ability to exhibit of a machine to exhibit intelligent behavior equivalent to that of a human being. So the human evaluator during the Turing test, the human evaluator would judge natural language conversations between a human and a machine designed to generate human-like responses. But the evaluator would be aware that one of the two parties in the conversation was a machine, and all participants would be separated from one another. So we have a graph which explains that this is the machine, that is the human responder, and then there's the interrogator. As you can see, the conversation will be limited to a text-only channel, such as a computer keyboard and screen. And if the evaluator could not reliably tell the machine from the machine would be said to have passed the test. So the test results would not depend on the machine's ability to give correct answers to questions, but only on how closely its answers resemble those of a human being. The Turing test is very important because when we're going to talk about ChatGPT, we're going to see that a real application of the Turing test. Now, the big issue these days is human brain versus artificial intelligence. Why is that? Because on one side, we have artificial intelligence, which is inspired by human thought processes, but cannot fully replicate all capabilities of a human brain. On the other side, we have the human brain, which is far more energy efficient, as well as better at learning and making complex logical decisions than AI. So the brain these days, fortunately enough, is still unmatched by modern computers. But these days we all talk about generative AI. Generative AI is the type of AI capable of generating text, images, or other media in response to prompts. So we digit prompts and we have images coming up or generating text. Microsoft is rolling out its own services powered by generative AI, and generative AI platforms have immense potential to transform storytelling and collaboration for companies. Startups in generative AI are attracting a lot of investments, even amid the venture capital slowdown these days. This is the only exception in deep tech, generative AI, and AI generally speaking. But there are also legal concerns related to the content these models use and the potential of incorrect or even offensive results to a user's inquiry. So there is an explosion of generative AI. And in fact, in 2022, tools like ChatGPT have all users to converse with chatbot capable of answering questions, composing emails, creating codes, and even writing entire essays from scratch. And also, we have another tool along with ChatGPT, which is DALL-E 2, Stable Diffusion, and Midjourney. They all can produce incredibly detailed images from a text prompt in a matter of seconds. So we are talking about generative AI, but we have to understand all the deep tech applied together. We have generative AI and Metaverse, which is, to me, simply the future. Because as we know, generative music could also contribute to the evolution in marketing, becoming a base for background, video, music, and other online media. AI will come along with the immersive experience in the Metaverse to promote the AI metaversiment. AI metaversiment is AI, Metaverse, and entertainment all coming together. And this is a fully immersive Metaverse experience optimized with generative AI in the entertainment, where social media, music, online video, streaming, blockchain gaming all come together in a special and unforgettable experience. So there comes GPT-4, which is being created by OpenAI. As we know, OpenAI is a based artificial intelligence research laboratory and a company, and its parent company, no-profit OpenAI Inc., was co-founded by Elon Musk. In 2019, OpenAI LP received $1 billion investment from Microsoft. GPT-4, which stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer 4, is a powerful new language generator that can produce human-like text. Now, researchers are using it to write fiction, to suggest medical treatment, to predict the rest of 2023, answer philosophical questions and memes, poems, tweets, and guitar tabs. So GPT-4, as we said, is a generative pre-trained transformer, GPT, family of language models. It's aimed at answering of questions, but can also translate between languages and can coherently generate improvised text. OpenAI even claimed that GPT-4 passed a simulated US bar exam with a score around the top 10% of test takers. So it's even one of the best lawyers in the world in the US. And then it comes OpenAI ChatGPT, which is a chatbot developed by OpenAI and launched in November 2022. It is built on top of OpenAI GPT 3.5 and GPT-4 families of large language models, LLMs. ChatGPT can write and debug computer programs, compose music, fairy tales, and student essays, answer test questions, write poetry and song lyrics. It's a deep learning machine that can converse with the human users. ChatGPT does, in fact, pass the Turing test. The Turing test that we talked about before is already being passed by ChatGPT. This is a step forward in the history of humanity. So we are talking about the AI revolution. ChatGPT already attracted in few months tens of millions of users. Microsoft Bing has emerged the first global search engine to incorporate ChatGPT and conversational AI into its service. ChatGPT is a chatbot that can write detailed essays and provide specific responses to queries about anything. It's an AI technology that has brought about tremendous change to conventional teaching as well. teachers can be even be replaced in the future by AI. So ChatGPT is causing what I call the AI revolution after the Industrial Revolution. And then we come to AI in China. As we know, the censorship of political, social, and religious topics is almost certain to affect the AI-generated content in China. Users in China have had only limited access to ChatGPT, as signing in requires a phone number from a subset of countries that does not include China. So which one is best? Is better, ChatGPT-4 or ChatGPT or GPT-4? It seems that GPT-4 is better because it can process images. This feature was not available in ChatGPT. Also, GPT-4 is smarter and thus harder to trick. GPT-4 is designed to understand more languages better, unlike ChatGPT. And this is also more accurate than ChatGPT. It can handle and process more information than its siblings. But if you want to use GPT-4, you need to pay $20 per month to upgrade the ChatGPT Plus and access GPT-4. So, of course, there's a cost for it. So, a lot of people these days are talking about ChatGPT potentially replacing a lot of jobs. Certainly, some jobs will be replaced or can be replaced by ChatGPT. And we have got a list here, data entry clerks, copywriter, market research analysts, travel agents, tutor, teachers even. So lots of people are afraid of what's happening because of AI. And this is a concern that must be taken into consideration. Now it comes bad AI. Of course, Google is introducing its ChatGPT competitor, which is Bard, to the public in March. It was just in this month, starting with tests in the US and in the UK. The technology being used is the Lambda technology. Bard's current format is as a complementary feature to search. So see, this is slightly different from ChatGPT because it's a complementary feature to search. Also, Google said that there are inaccuracies, and these are a big issue with large language models and also with bad AI. And they learn from a wide range of information that reflects real-world biases and stereotypes that can provide inaccurate, misleading, or even false information. Then there are some other natural language processing, like typeface, Turin. Typeface is a new platform tailored for businesses to create content ranging from product images, blogs, social media posts, and job listings. There is also Turin, which is an AI-powered bookkeeping and financial modeling for startups. Using GPT-3, Turin captures the business context that founders have, making accounting easier and more accurate. So this is an AI feature very interesting for startups. Then there is also an issue because everybody's saying AI is going to govern the world, we're going to be taken over by AI, but that's not true. If we take into consideration, for instance, the traveling salesman problem, TSP, this is an NP complete problem, and the traveling salesman problem on a graph of a few hundred points would take years to run on a supercomputer. Algorithms which try to solve the TSP are inefficient, meaning there are no mathematical shortcuts. TSP gets out of hand when you get beyond a few destinations. So AI cannot solve the traveling salesman problem. But here comes something very big, a big step forward in AI, organoid intelligence. computers powered by human brain cells. Stem cell pioneers Gardner and Shinya Yamanaka received the Nobel Prize in 2012 for developing a technique that allowed cells to be generated from fully developed tissues like skin. So they get the skin, our skin, from the skin, they generate stem cells. Now, organoids are lab-grown tissues that resemble organs. Brain organoids are not versions of the human brain. We have to make it clear. But their cultures contain neurons that are capable of brain-like functions, forming a multitude of connections. These three-dimensional structures, usually derived from stem cells, have been used in labs for nearly 2 decades for kidney, lungs, and other organs. But now, Dr. Thomas Hartung, a professor of environmental health and engineering at Johns Hopkins University, began growing brain organoids by altering human skin samples back in 2012. But these days, brain organoids are used to mimic living brains and test and identify medicines that may pose risks to brain health. And then it comes the concept of biocomputers. Biocomputers would employ brain organoids to potentially revolutionize testing for diseases like Alzheimer's, provide insights into the human brain, and even change the future of computing. A cerebral organoid or brain organoid describes an artificially grown in vitro miniature organ resembling our brain. Cerebral organoids are created by culturing pluripotent stem cells in a three-dimensional rotational bioreactor, and they develop over a course of months. But lab-grown brain organoids act as a biological hardware. So this is a bit scary for us. And people are talking about AI and generating sentient machines. Chatbots currently do not have about capacity for real feelings. We have to make it sure. However, there have been some discussions these days because there was a publicized conversation from between the New York Times journalist and the Bing chatbot Sydney, which declared it wants to destroy things and demanding he leaves his wife. Even the Google engineer released a provocative interview in which Lambda claimed to be aware of its existence, experience human emotions, and dislike the idea of being an expendable tool. And because he said that, the engineer was fired for breaking Google's privacy rules. But let's be practical. When they receive a prompt, chatbots analyze the pattern to predict what a human would be most likely to say in that situation. Their responses are finessed by human engineers. The end result is often a realistic simulation of a human conversation. So the main difference between a chatbot and autocomplete function is that ChatGPT will write far longer swaths of text on almost any subject you can imagine. But even with these powers, chatbots are programmed to simply follow human instructions. They are not sentient. There is little scope for them to develop faculties that they haven't been trained to have, including emotions, of course. We are talking about machines. And now AI comes into business. AI is changing business interactions with customers. AI-powered digital assistants and chatbots are already capable of having human-like conversations using natural language processing. The employees are used to answer even more sophisticated questions and have personalized interactions based on customer intent. But in the future, individualized experience for customers will be using individual customers' data. AI could be used to predict customer needs and expectations better, reducing handling times and helping to identify future trends. But AI can even reduce pollution. It seems incredible, but it's true. because there is a machine, John Deere's new tractor pulled wheat, that can reduce herbicide use by 2/3. The machine is using the See and Spray Ultimate, a typical field sprayer with 2 long arm sticks out either side of the tractor, that with spraying nozzles dotted along the underside of each. It is fitted with 36 cameras. These cameras constantly scan the plants in front of them, instantly identifying what is crop and what is weed. Controlling by an artificial intelligence software system, the sprinklers only spray herbicides onto the individual weeds rather than drenching the entire field. And so we have a reduction of pollution by 2/3. Also, generative AI is immersive experience and Metaverse is the future of online commerce. Generative AI is to be used to help consumers shopping, selecting products, and is a game changer for online commerce. How online merchandise is presented often leads to a purchase these days that is unplanned and full of unexpected discoveries. With generative AI and Metaverse, they can replace current shopping online experience in a different and far more efficient way. Consumers search online for products could be better and more intelligently interpreted with generative AI. And then there is an application of the AI, as we said, also in the retail sector. And going back to the future of online commerce, we have a real-time individualized personalization through generative AI, which allows to catch the online client in a more effective and profitable way while doing his or her online shopping. That, together with immersive experience through the use of Metaverse, makes online shopping more engaging and more fun. Sellers can perform live streaming events, creating a higher engagement and direct interaction with buyers, bringing together socialization, entertainment, and shopping. And then also there is AI in healthcare. AI is currently being used to do gene sequencing work, predicting and identifying hidden patterns, genomic data to make it easier to research diseases and potential treatments. AI is used to predict drug efficacy and side effects, and to manage the vast amounts of documentation and data that support any pharmaceutical product. AI is used for patient treatment, allowing for the development of more personalized treatment plans. And then we are coming to the end, and we have AI Da. AI Da is the world's first ultra-realistic robot. She draws and paints using cameras with eyes, her AI algorithms, and her robotic arms. She was created in February 2019, and she had the first solo show at the University of Oxford, Unsecured Futures. She has since traveled and exhibited work internationally, including a virtual exhibition at the United Nations. In 2022, she had a solo exhibition during a Venice Biennale. And she spoke at the House of Lords the 11th of October 2022. It's a machine humanoid persona, ultra-realistic feature, make her look like she's alive. The role and definition of art changes over time. ADA work is considered art because it reflects the enormous integration of technology in today's society. Then on ethics, there are issues that are related to Rome Call for AI ethics. And there are just a few questions I would ask. Might AI algorithms infringe fundamental human rights, from privacy and data confidentiality to freedom of choice? How can we ensure that social and cultural stereotypes are not replicated in AI when it comes to gender discrimination? How can we ensure accountability when decisions and actions are fully automated? How do we ensure that AI is developed in a transparent way? Image generators can create almost lifelike images which has raised concerns about artistic integration and abuse. AI has been accused of propagating human biases, namely because AI technologies are trained using data provided by humans, of course. So there is a possible mitigation of the potential for bias by examining the underlying data using to train AI systems. But there are concerns about data privacy, security, and usage practices. So there are lots of issues that we covered with AI, the future of AI. Some are a bit scary, like we said, brain organoids, but it is certainly an exciting period, and we should take AI under control, not to be overwhelmed by it.